Happy Friday evening. It is a holiday here in the CRL landscape as we have the Gaming Oasis Summer League wrapping up kind of this coming week. We've got semifinal tonight. One was already played out. And then championship at an undisclosed date and time coming up. Maybe this weekend, maybe next week. That depends on the two teams playing in the championship. Whoever's taking on Kaiser between WCTC and Tennessee. This is going to be a fun one, and I can't think of a better way to be spending my Friday evening right now than covering what, again, just like last week, could be the last time that we ever see the Shaka Joe Bro duo on the Mr. Bepic stream. So, could be a very emotional night. Could very well be the blossoming of a new CRL contender with WCTC. Got familiar with them last year, but could very well be one of those teams stabbing at the top 25 because rosters right now are a little bit in flux. I don't know if anybody's been keeping an eye on CRL Twitter, but we have had so many roster changes announced in the last week, which makes sense because CRL was announced to be starting in less than 3 weeks. No, registration ends in less than 3 weeks. I think we've got just over 3 weeks, 22 days until the first qualifier. Yeah, Reed, CRL season already, which it's crazy. I think this might be one of, if not the longest CRL season of all time, because actual CRL is starting August, I'll call it August 19th, since that's when registration closes. And then that's got to be one of the earliest CRL starts we've had. And then you add that to seasons like NACE and NECC that are going into early December. Like this is going to be a drawn out season. You got all of September, all of October, November, and then like half of December, half of August, which like 4 months. Maybe not the longest season, because we did have that qualifier that was on January 3rd. When was that? 2025? So that was all of January, February, March, April, and then half of May. So I guess basically 5 months. What's up, Somber? It's not Bepic time, it's CRL time. It's time for all of us to come back. I'm stoked. I'm stoked for this season, which I've been hard at work on my roster spreadsheet. So I think there's info on here. There's not any info on here I need to hide. So I'll be showing that here in a second. But let's talk about the Gaming Oasis Summer League first, because that is what we are here for right now. All right, this is gonna look a little screwy when I transition it. I'm blocking the bracket. Here, let me just duck real quick. This is what we got right here. This is the 4-team Summer League bracket with Kaiser already sitting in grand finals. They 3-0'd Georgia Tech. That happened on, I think, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. And it was kind of the blowout you might have expected. Maybe. Not a super blowout, actually. 2 1-goal games. Georgia Tech have been keeping it close. I am happy that Georgia Tech has a solid team now. They could be one of those teams that makes a surprise run in like a CRL Open or something of the sort. But Kaiser did handle business, beat them, and this is a team that you should all know about. So Turbo and K Frost together playing with Denzi. This is going to be a top 32 team at some point during the CRL season. You can mark my words on that. But then WCTC in the same boat, and the only reason why Retirement Home wouldn't be in that same boat is because they are legitimately actually retiring after this event, which is so sad, but that's the way CRL goes, I'm afraid. We get graduations far too often. Unless you're Dalton over at UT Dallas. He'll be here forever. Everyone else, though, will graduate at some point. And Shaka and Joe Bro, very much out of the CRL scene. Hopefully, we still see Taibu competing. He's got a lot left to give. But WCTC, we got several years left of. These guys will be here for what will feel like forever. Dimitri, Ty, Neeks, these guys are names you should be familiar with going into this season of CRL. But all that to say, I don't know if you can count out this retirement home team. This series genuinely should go all 5 games. And I know I've said that about, I think, every single series of Summer League that we streamed. But I think this series will actually be the one that does it. I think. It will depend on retirement home and what form they show up with. Because Caden was doing a really good job of shooting on his own net last week. And hopefully he's remedied that a little bit. But they were still too much for summer form UNC Charlotte. WCTC, though, they are kind of approaching fall form. I don't want to say any team is in fall form yet except for Kaiser. But WCTC is probably going to be just fine given the early qualifier dates for CRL. So, single elim, pretty much. There's a third place match, but that doesn't get you anything. Single elim, 14 bracket. Winner gets free entry into the SEL or the NEL. Depends on your region. NEL for WCTC, SEL for the other 2 still left standing. So, we'll see what happens once things get going. But I've also got... Let me go back to the solo booth real fast. I want to make sure I didn't put any sensitive info in this spreadsheet. No. Okay. We're good. All right. Get ready for a flashbang. I gotta crop it. All right. This is what I got right now in the way of rosters. Most on the list on the left are confirmed. Being disrespected, maybe a little bit. You own gold a little bit, or tried to own gold a few too many times last week, Caden, for me to come out with a ton of respect. But it's not full disrespect. All right, I gotta move my camera. Hold on a second. Sorry for blocking. I'll just duck again. Only one was intentional. Oh, okay. It was intentional. All right. Maybe that changes things. But okay, this is what we're working with. These are all the rosters that I have mostly confirmed by talking to a team rep of some kind. And the Northwood roster moves, Drufinho and Mata, is a crazy duo to add. There'll be a 4-team lineup with Drewy and Creams, which is crazy. Like, double Brazilian imports. And then we got Kazi at Cumberland's. So that'll bump Hotshot down to the B team with Og and Zora. Akron right now are guaranteed Patty, Emilio, Bullseye. We might have a 4-team or 4-player lineup situation there. And then the Concord getting Resi. Concord just went from being, a solid championship lock to probably right there with Winthrop right now. If Concord has good internet, I think Concord are back to being CRL champions by the end of fall. With this trio, CMOS, Crispy, Resi. Because you've already got... Resi and Crispy were on that team in Shift Summer League. Was that 2 years ago? That were upsetting really good European teams. And then CMOS's level is still out of this world. So I think Concord have gotten themselves back in the championship conversation. Boise add Mystical. That'll be a big infusion for them. PEC is going to be really fun to watch because they added West Virginia. Who, this is what I assume the trio is. I haven't confirmed it yet. But adding Devo, Daunt graduates, or Matter graduates, and then you've still got Cosmic and Gyro, most likely. So, with CRL registration open, I've been doing some snooping as well. See if we get anything interesting. Let's see if anyone popped in the last couple hours. Syracuse, rocking the same lineup. Michigan State do sign up with Mofino, who I'm kind of unfamiliar with, but apparently he's pretty solid. I think they're going to have a 4-man lineup as well. ETSU, same old. Leo Kasai, Adrift. We've got Indiana Tech. Full roster signed up. Alex in the mix. Tech, yeah, indeed. Somber. I really appreciate all the teams that have gone ahead and signed up for CRL early. That is really kind of them. Also, give me a second. I'm going to transition back to my solo booth right quick. I don't want to leak Discord DMs. All right, back. And then we've got some other LCU Process and Mercy. Actually, I need to update that. I assume Beastie will be the third. There we go. So I was wondering who it was going to be out of Process and Schmacked that joined Mercy and Beastie in the starting lineup. So there you go. Live snooping and registration rosters. And you got Snapalicious and Schmack down here. That could be an early contender for B Team of the Year. Because I think Ball State's B Team is probably a front runner right now with St. Clair Gold and Akron Gold out of commission at the moment. Ole Miss adding TMS and Barrist. Yeah. We're in for a good semester. A lot of new faces, making the top 32 that much more stacked. Indiana Tech's B team's going to be the best. I trust you. I trust you. I mean, if Bluey's on there, I got full faith in the B team. He was already pretty good last year. That's another B team that should be in the running. All right. I'm going to get the lobby info out. It's going to be just a second. Cool. We'll be good to go here in a moment. But that's all the roster action that I've got confirmed right now. Still working, so if any of you have any leaks or anything like that, then feel free to hit me. Got some of the kind of lower caliber rosters that will need to prove themselves this semester down here. This Olivet, I think is how you say it. That's a good team. You heard your name, Caribou? Lower caliber. Man, I don't even have you in this tier anymore, Caribou. I'm sorry. But for what it's worth, your legacy will forever be cemented in my Tuesday Night Lights trailer. Your redirect against San Diego State will always be in any promotional material that I use for Nightlight show matches. You're watching on the TV, Kung? That's what I'm talking about. Feeling big tonight. Shaka Jobro Duo Masterclass featuring Ty Baby. Yes, sir. I'm excited to see what they've got for us. Because WCTC is definitely a step up from Charlotte. But, all right. Last call for any information. I'm waiting on info from a bunch of these rosters. I assume Carthage will be the same, but I haven't confirmed it yet. Fanshawe, same deal. Florida Southern needs a new third. SDSU, I know 5 Stars told me they're still in the tryouts process right now. South Carolina needs a new third with Og leaving. Akron Gold, I think might be rest in peace. We'll see what happens. Leslie still in flux. George Mason, I know, is doing tryouts. Yeah. Still a lot up in the air, but a lot of rosters in place that are looking scary for this semester of CRL. I know Og leaving just feels weird. Him not being at South Carolina is going to be so odd. Yeah, I know. It's going to be like when Justin left NRG for fans of high caliber Southeastern Rocket League teams. That's the equivalent. Seeing Justin playing for Shopify Rebellion does not hit the same as Justin on NRG. It's just weird. Or SJT Masterclass now. Yeah, I mean, it's his team. I mean, honestly, SJT has the ability to not carry that team, but like be the #1 option like Og was. I think SJT very much will take that role up. Well, I think South Carolina will be fine. I think they'll still be a top 48 team. I don't know if they'll be pushing top 32 any longer, but I think they're still like an NECC playoff team. They're still an SCL playoff team. I think they're still a squad that you have to watch out for during CRL quals. But right now, everybody that'll be playing in this Gaming Oasis Summer League semifinal is in the lobby. So I think it's high time we get this thing going. What's up, Dylan? Here for the show? Let's swap over. All right. Everyone's ready. WCTC versus Tennessee. A grand finals berth on the line. What could be the final time we see Shaka and Jabrosin on the Mr. Bepic stream. I'm billing every single series they play on this broadcast that way until they're out or have won the whole darn thing. And away we go. Ty's already looking to start us off with a bang. Misses the double, but I like that's the energy we're coming out with. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you're at a Guardians game, you can't hang, Clover? That's all right. I forgive you. Anyone who supports Summer MLB is a friend of mine. And thank you for the gifted subs. All right, Clover. Really starting us off with a bang. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate the 5 gifted subs, Clover. Enjoy the baseball game. Hope the Guardians win for you. I think you just increased their chances by at least 20%. We'll see. But so far, WCTC seem to have a lot of the offensive agency in this first minute. Which makes sense. I think this is a team that, I mean, they played at DreamHack Atlanta. So, you know WCTC have been locked in. They played deep into the spring semester. They're really hoping to make their impact known in the CRL space going into the fall semester after having a decent start to what this team can be last year. They're only getting better because already Ty was telling me, even when they lost Gio, when they were waiting for Dimitri to join this trio, that they had a ton of chemistry pre-built with Dimitri. And so now that they're actually getting solid reps in CRL 3s, they have only built on the pre-existing chemistry. This is similar to what Syracuse had when they brought in Tiz and Lesser to join Gababy. Like 3 guys that are used to playing with each other, that have done RLCS quals together, that have done ranked grinds together. And they just come in as a trio and are able to build on that immediately. I mean, WCTC were already great with Gio. They've got a great structure, good program. They've got good regional competition too, keeping them focused on the grind with WCRL. Wisconsin's kind of a sleeper CRL state. Like you've got the obvious ones like your Michigans and your Tennessees, your Floridas, but Wisconsin is getting up there. So you got Wisconsin Stouts, WCTC, and Carthage, all kind of in that, Carthage, WCTC, that top 32 conversation. And Stout, maybe not quite there so recently, but still, that is a good state when it comes to CRL ability. That's what happens when you've got those state-based competitions. But that's for a separate conversation. No goals in the first 3 minutes. And there have been a lot of opportunities for WCTC especially. And what are they sitting at right now? Only 5 shots. But they've had a lot of opportunities in the offensive zone that have not kind of hit on target, just like that Neek shot right there. We'll get it back, but a couple of opportunities that aren't quite working out, even with Tennessee a little bit spaced out, one-on-one. DeBrosin protecting that near side post well. And I love that he's in the Radisson car. He really buys into the Radossin role. I don't know why I said Radisson. Just what my brain went to. That Vitality team was so much fun to watch. And I'm sure, rocking that car, Jobro will get at least 2 tap-in goals tonight. Just a matter of time. Radossin whiff. Yeah. Jobro, he plays the character a little too well sometimes. But here we go. Final minute now. Shaka's coming off the sidewall. What you got for us, Caden? He's got his first touch, and that's it. But I was getting excited for a second. It's time to warm up. Got 2 guys in the corner. Dimitri, a little bit of room in offense. He's tagged by Jobro, though. No one does the midair bumps like Jobro. That was one of the first sentences that the Tennessee CRL team ever uttered to me when I spoke to them in person now 3 years ago. They were talking about their midair bump game. No one does it like Jobro. He's always got it in his back pocket. And it does well in defense there, but doesn't get Tennessee anything in offense. So we get to overtime. No goals into OT. And WCTC have the first foray into offense, just like in regulation. But Jabrosin tees up Taibu for a banger of a shot stopped by Dimitri. Really impressive stand there. Could have easily been game 1 going Tennessee's way, but Dimitri holds firm. Now Ty dropping that ball down. Shaka finds a seam. Slam that ball off the blue backboard. No one to follow up for Tennessee, though, so we keep going back and forth. And Shaka taking the ball for himself and winning the subsequent 50-50, but Dimitri will fuel up. It's to deal with an awkward bounce, but very well. Play around Shaka and at least play a neutral 50-50 following that. Now, down the field, Dimitri takes Shaka out, but there was no second man in place for WCTC. Jabrosin off the backboard for Shaka, and his shot's taken away by Ty. Things are really picking up now, 6 minutes into game 1. Better late than never. Neeks with a pass down to Dimitri. Launches that shot sail wide. Another missed opportunity. And you can't forget, despite the hype of this game, that we are still playing summer ball. And even though that is normal ball for UTK retirement home the last couple of years, that still should be important context when watching the play. This is playoffs. Summer ball playoffs. Everyone's kind of getting back into the swing of things. It's now Dimitri and Neeks on a 2-on-1. Dimitri actually had no one to stop him. That's WCTC taking game 1 off the back of a Taibu third man dive in. A free run towards that orange net. We'll see WCTC winning game 1. All right. Gotta get the notebook out. We're keeping numbers for this one. Oh, pulled my earbuds out. Nice. 10 shots to 6. Man, there were so many missed opportunities that game. It is astounding that we only had 1 goal scored. That could have easily been like a 30-shot total game right there. Check their hard drives. I didn't even see where Shaka ended up on the scoreboard. Has UTK ever won a game one? Honestly, probably not, Ty. Not ever. I'm really thinking back through the last 5 or 6 show matches, or just matches in general they played on my stream, and yeah, I don't think they have maybe won like 1 or 2 game ones. Their percentage has got to be abysmal. So this is where WCTC have got to start upgrading themselves. Now here come the volunteers. Rocky Top being played from a distance right now as the battle march in Wisconsin territory begins. Again, no goals in the first minute, but Jabrosin from right outside the blue box, nailing his bread and butter. Just simply clinical when it comes to shooting. I know Tap In Joe is a great meme moniker for Joe Bro, but he is genuinely one of the most impressive strikers in the CRL scene over the course of his career. He was always one of those guys that just like, you give him a shooting lane, he'll put it exactly where you should be putting it. That's no glaze, Kong. That's legit. That, I mean, when, and I see this all the time because it's in my Night Lights trailer, but when they had that game against Michigan State, when the final score was like 7-6, when they had that 5-goal lead and then lost it, went down by 1 and ended up scoring, he had all 7 goals. And the highlight reel of that game was Joe Bro shooting. Here we go with Ty in the corner. And this completely stops. And he doesn't catch the ball super clean at the midfield line. So CK will be able to take the ball over. But there's some of the space to operate an offense. And slow roller. Okay, I looked at chat for a second. And UTK were almost conceding an open net. Well, they don't do that in regulation. It's overtime. Coop from the midfield, 100% accuracy. Okay, well shoot. I mean, everyone's gonna have a specialty. You know, you gotta have your signature shot. And some people's signature shots are just, you know, simple shots. Nothing wrong with that. If it gets goals, it gets goals. I'm hoping that Cooper comes back this semester. We need him for a fake retirement last dance semester. The Dylan double? Yeah. Oh, Ty missing the double right there. No good. Just completely gives the ball away. To Dimitri, no less. No Musty. Leaves it for Ty. Nothing going again until Shaka just steals a goal away from that midfield line. Channeling his inner Cooper. Ty who beats Neeks, and then Dimitri turns with Ty rotating back, and Shaka just beats him. Everyone. 2-0 Tennessee. You guys were onto something, bringing up the game one record of UTK and how bad it is. Now we got Caden again going off the sidewall. Plays off the ceiling, but Neeks is somehow completely ready for that. Pass back. Joker being taken out. He follows him into the ether. So with that, WCTC will set themselves up with a little bit of offense. But, man, if Taivu isn't one of the best in the CRL space, keeping the ball close. And, well, I don't know who is, but Neeks just takes the ball right off his hood. Misses that last reset. Neeks picks his pocket. That was kind of a jinx. I'll take the blame for that. I'm used to seeing Taibu beat a couple. But Neeks had no interest in watching Taibu kind of freestyle at the midfield line. Neeks profile pick Moggs. Hold on. Dobro shot off the crossbar. Thought he was good for it. Man, I was hyping up his shooting earlier, too. What do we got? Oh. Okay. We'll move past that. Oh, he's just flexing. You never know what profile pictures you're going to get in a lobby of 6 guys like these guys. I'm gonna use a lot of boost to get back up to this ball. That Nix doesn't have much to begin with. Want to rotate back. Maybe guard midfield with an empty tank. Taibu. Tossing that ball towards his own net, but it works. Everybody's trying their hand at own goaling right now. But no one finding much success. Now Nix with no boost. Has to kind of turn. Play aggressively, but UTK have the ball with 0 seconds. Shot can end it. No goal, but a game win will do just fine. Game 2 belongs to the Volunteers. Did they lose game 1 to Charlotte last week? Because I'm starting to think they might have. Again, WCTC with a lot of time spent in offense, but don't have the shots to show for it. They did lose game 1 and then 3-1s. I thought so. That's what UTK do. Drummer's even got the Radosin profile picture too. That's crazy. I love how much he leans into it. All right. Well, we'll see if they can rattle off 3 in a row, but against WCTC, I just don't see Tennessee being able to get away with that. Because they've been playing some scattered defense themselves. It's not quite as scattered as we saw against Charlotte last week, but WCTC definitely have openings to punish right now, especially as they start to get a feel for Tennessee's rotations. Center ball now, but Taibu covers it. Eeks. He's forking that one over. Taibu even confirms the 100 boost. Shaka does too. They grab both their corners. So UTK are going to be in a position of wealth to begin this attack. So it could be a long one for WCTC. With that nice read from Shaka. Here's the ball for Taibu. Gets a quick reset to get back to it. Dropping the ball down for Jabrosin. Dimitri again on the goal line makes a phenomenal read on a very high quality look. Flip reset there, but Dimitri will stick with it. Having boost as well, and has an open net to score on. Shaka almost got back for it, but Dimitri in the corner is able to push that ball far enough along to make good on that Neeks demo. WCTC get the first say of game 3. Off though, still remains neutral. WCTC get the space, but TK might have the ball here. Just pops it up to himself. No attacks, but ball stays neutral. Still fight for possession, even though we've seen the ball deep into opposition territory for both teams now. A little awkward here for Shaka and Jobro. We'll leave Taibu with the ball, though. And Neeks has his number again. Takes the ball clean from Taibu's Fennec. Just knows how to attack him in the midfield. Yeah, this game definitely feels like the culmination of a couple of, not complete warm-up games. But, I mean, with Summer Rocket League, you take just a little second longer to really get into the series. I do appreciate, because of the flip reset indicator. I didn't like it at first, but I've come around on it because we've gotten a ton of extra flip resets in these games. Like the instances where you don't think you got it on the ball, don't want to compromise your car position with a little bit of extra air rolling, or when you get a reset off of someone else's car. I love how much we're seeing that actually get used now. It has raise the skill ceiling. It's a nice pass. Shaka's redirect goes a little bit high. But that whiff from Taibu. Well, not Taibu. I missed who whiffed that on the WCTC side, but it gave Taibu the ball. Where Brain was going with it. Too many ties in this scene. For a game that doesn't allow ties, we got a lot of them in the CRL space. Big clear there. ATK are trying to bite into this WCTC lead, but Dimitri has been phenomenal in this game. Been phenomenal in this series. Made a lot of clutch saves, and in offense, he has been very utile. Great block there by Neeks this time. Dimitri takes it over. Gets the 50-50 win through Shaka, too. And will slot a third. Hat trick for Dimitri here in Game 3. WCTC are not messing around anymore. That was a clean play, too. And we're seeing the sloppiness kind of get removed from the gameplay for real. Feels faster pace-wise. And the passes are cleaner. The shots are pretty pristine. I'm liking what I'm seeing. A lot of playing the ball backwards out of Tennessee. WCTC are doing a good job of forcing the ball into open space. The passing play. This one interrupted. TK. They love their passes. Pretty effective with them, too. Not enough in this game to grab a goal, however. Quick beat from Joe Bro. Shock on the sidewall, trying to get to the Taibu. He redirects it top right, but Taibu gets, or sorry, Ty gets back this time for the save. WCTC have successfully killed another Tennessee possession. Center ball. Ty fakes him. Dimitri demos. I like this. It's a layered attack from WCTC. Playing around each other nicely. Comms are flowing. The scoreboard reflects their efforts. Oh, triple whiff here. It's still not enough for Tennessee to get one on the board. WCTC just held them at bay. Haven't compromised the UTK attack. There are still plenty of chances for the Volunteers to score in this game, but been great at neutralizing the shot that develops. This one, though, going to find its way through, so better late than never. Weird Shaka goal, but it now sets up a kickoff where UTK can get up to some shenanigans. Fake to Joe Bro. They have a redirect in him. Ball goes off the back wall. Taibu. He just needed like a second longer. Ty will want one more. Joe Bro's on no boost, so Ty gets a fourth. A little bit of showboating at the end for the Wisconsinites, but they've earned it. Clean finish on that by Ty. Clean game all around from WCTC. A lot more impressive goals. Passing plays are on point. Dimitri hat trick as well. Impressive. Still not putting a ton of shots on the board. It's crazy. Their highest shooting game was game 1. And they just scored the one after 6.5 minutes of gameplay. They did outshoot UTK there as well. Go give him a coach speech. Get in there, Kung. Your boys are up against tournament point right now. Could be eliminated with just one game loss here. Again, could be the last time we ever see Joe Bro and Shaka on the Mr. Bepic stream. Let's see if they've got it in them for a 2-game comeback. The one game that they did win started out with an early goal in that first minute. He's challenging nicely. Taking the challenge, going backboard. I was been bumped off. It's a little awkward from Dimitri, but again, reset used to great success. Now it's a one-on-one. Dimitri in the corner with no boost. Actually beats Taibu right there. Doesn't end up scoring, however. But shows you that the WCTC attack is still very much looking venomous. Infield play from WCTC. You're looking for Ty again with Taibu's on it. No redirection. And Jobro dives in as well, so Shaka's going to have his work cut out for him right now. Looking to buy time for Taibu and Joe to get back. Doesn't make the backboard read, so it's a clean shot from Neeks, stopped by Taibu. Dimitri fakes the challenge. It's the ball with 100 boost, but couldn't give Ty the ball. Now Neeks dives in. Double commits a bound for WCTC. Awkward sequence, but they won't pay the price. Oh, Shaka giving the ball. That's a clean one-on-one. He'll flick off the crossbar and Dimitri's Octane. Pinching that out in wild fashion. Straight down, Ty. Looking to be the next man up in defense for the Volunteers, but nothing is getting through this UTK back line right now. Stolen boost. We'll see Jobro and Shaka working together in offense, or so I thought. Momentary retreat for the Vols. WCTC now. Again, feeding Dimitri. A hot hand for sure. Makes him tired, looking clean as well, don't get me wrong, but Dimitri's really filling that Geo role very well. And has been. Kind of like he's new to this lineup after a semester playing together. Pass across. Not super clean, so Shaka's forced to retrieve his own punt. I forgot to tie right there. Missed the midfield line, but he'll make up for it. Now with an open backboard, can score this if Jobro misses. Jabrosin ain't missing that. He's got his job to keep. At least for another game if they win this. But Dimitri has other ideas. First blood drawn by WCTC. And Ty might have interrupted a scoring spree of 3 in a row last game with a 0-second score, but Dimitri will restart it. Got for WCTC. Ty can add. Will be stuffed to the midfield line. Taibu up for this one. Beat the next man up for WCTC, but Neeks re-enters the fray. Everyone is so eager to jump up for a fast 50-50. But can Dimitri get up for this Jabrosin shot? Not quite. Jobro will hit his mark. Set up by Taibu here. Didn't get the bump, but forced the defender wide, and Dimitri on it. No boost was not saving that. Has had some remarkable saves in this series, but not getting to that one. Pass across. Be intercepted by Meeks, and he takes Jobro's life with him. Now Ty's got an open backboard. Does he hit this double to take the lead back? No. Just force a double commit off the back line of Tennessee. Neeks can't punish, but resources are dwindling for the Vols. Big clear. Taibu in, pass over to Jobro. We'll see him play to the backboard. And right around Dimitri. UTK are hitting it where where WCTC ain't right now. With the collect, and Jobro in front. Oh, that's a classic UTK play right there. Tell Jobro to go fetch the last man's soul. And he may not have connected with Dimitri, but that's enough interference to give Caden a shot at it. 2-1 UTK. They take a late lead. And now Jobro's up again. Over to Taibu. Pass is too far out in front. WCTC won't see themselves falling down by multiple goals late in game 4. Ty trying to get this ball away, and Does so, at least as far as Joe Bro. Now through the corner, extra touch here for Joe. And Shaka's up for it, faking it for Taibu, who enters. I'm trying to get that back to Shaka. Or forcing the shot too far inside. Cut now from Taibu, successful. UTK is trying to kill time, but in comes the last gasp effort for WCTC here in Game 4. Got boost, they got Ty on the ball. He gets through Taibu, but ball is still in UTK hands, though it leaks center. And we'll hanging in the air. Ty trying to get to it, but cannot. Ball touches dirt, and we get Game 5 here in the Gaming Oasis Summer League semis. Finally, been teeing up Game 5s since I started streaming back in week 2 of this tournament. And finally, we get one. 5 shots to 4. That was a gamer's game right there. Back and forth, fast-paced, a lot of counterattacks, but still good enough defense to limit opportunities from getting too dangerous. And you know what? We gotta put a channel prediction out there. Game 5 coming up. You're gonna have yourselves a minute to see who wins the series. Oh wait, that's 2 minutes. Hold on. All right, everyone, get your Bepic points. Where you think they're gonna end up? Game 5. You got a minute to decide there with the channel point prediction. Does Tennessee take it in Game 5 and extend the careers of Shaka and Jobro? Or will WCTC rep the NEL in the Summer League Grand Finals against Kaiser? All very good questions, and we should have answers here in the next 10 minutes. I'm not counting out overtime here. We got it in Game 1. A 0-0 overtime, mind you. Who's to say we don't get it again when the stakes are the highest? Oh, Jobro in a tough spot. He's been bumped, and there's no saving that for Shaka. Great play by WCTC to strike again first. It's Ty to grab that first demo. Dimitri the next contact with a UTK defender. And all around, a beautiful opening salvo for WCTC. Already looking good for those that bet on WCTC, but UTK could have a follow-up here. Ty wanted to dunk Neeks, and boy, did he get close to doing so. But it's not to be, and now Neeks is looking to wreak some havoc in the offensive zone. Allows his teammates to fuel up for what could be an extended play. Tyler didn't have any boost. That doesn't stop him from pushing the play forward. Now Ty again to play this ball skyward and forcing double commits off that UTK back line. Ty's backwards. Shaka's dead. Jobro's alone. But Neek still can't score. Taibu to get in the way. Shaka to get up quick for that shot. This is great speed out of WCTC, and they will be rewarded. 2-0 up in Game 5. WCTC have come into Game 5 on Champions Field, guns a-blazing. And have themselves a pretty sizable cushion. We know what Jobro's capable of when his job's on the line. What is he capable of with his career on the line? Down by 2. Right now it is Taibu, but he's taken off the ball for a second. Doesn't stay off it very long. Joe fakes it for Shaka, but Neeks is all over that. This game might just come down to WCTC's defense. They've been rock solid for the most part in this series. Gonna add a third. That's what we saw WCTC jump out to back in Game 3. And they took control back of this series. That 3-goal lead that UTK tried to cut into at the very end, but weren't able to do much damage with less than 10 seconds left. Go, bro. Up ahead. Looking to bump Ty, but nothing doing. Shock loses his 50-50 as well. So Dimitri now has got full boost and a teammate center. That's 2 gone. Shaka descending, but Ty completely taken off the field. Big time demo, but a long play in the offensive zone for WCTC. Now Meeks shoots, but he's denied by Joe Bro. Ty catching. Bumped off the play, but UTK really don't have the boost to break out of defense. That midfield's open, but I don't think they got it. A great fake by Ty, but Bro's quick to react. Pass back to Shaka. He gets access to the ball. His flick stuffed by Neeks. And that shot scores. 3-0. WCTC in a commanding position now of this series. They want that date with Kaiser. They want free entry for their program into the NEL. And there are 75 seconds between them and that grand finals berth. And Ty will make it 4. It's an avalanche of goals for WCTC. And the kickoff makes matters worse. Kickoff is successful for Tennessee. 4-1 with a minute left. There is a way back here for the Volunteers. Let's see how this kickoff goes. Tennessee do have a decent playbook when it comes to kickoffs. But this one going to be lost, although get the ball over in Taibu's direction. Not necessarily a loss. Tennessee couldn't do anything with it, though. Now Neeks will catch. His demo. Joe Bro shoots and Dimitri stops. How many times have we seen that in this series? No boost for Neeks. Taibu will let Joe Bro attack. Looks to get through Ty, but defender's faster, and Neeks, fastest, sees Dimitri shoot off the post. This game remains a 3-goal affair, but time is not on the side of Tennessee. Dimitri with a reset. Shoot a bouncer that makes Shaka awkward enough to allow an extra shot, but still, this might be it. 10 seconds now, and a 5th for WCTC. That should do it. We will have both SEL and NEL representation in the Gaming Oasis Summer League Grand Finals. Kaiser beat Georgia Tech earlier in the week, and WCTC will enter the Grand Finals now as well. Over, unfortunately, the careers of Joe Bro and Shaka. We got some extra. We got more than we expected from Joe and Caden, thanks to the Gaming Oasis Summer League. But, unfortunately, that is the end of 2 shoe-in Southeastern region of CRL Hall of Famers. Not just SCL Hall of Famers, but the region as a whole. Those guys, Hall of Fame duo. But WCTC do advance to Grands. We're doing the SEL Hall of Fame still. See, I've kind of fallen off on that a little bit, I'll be honest. I'd have to retroactively make up for like a year or 2 of missing the Hall of Fame. But Joe Bro and Shaka are absolutely Hall of Famers. It may just be more of a talking point now. WCTC taking the W there. There's your channel points. They were underdogs. Tie interview. Hey, let's see what we got. Let's see if we can get an interview from him. You're going to make SEL Hall of Fame? Do it. I like it. We got any motivation we can pull, I'm there for. Ty's typing right now. I asked Ty for an interview, Hoop Cub. We'll see what we can do. Who profited from that? Somber, Hoop Cub, Caribou, I think. Got a pretty good bet. 30K points total on that one. You lost it all, Ty? Dude. Well, you're just going to have to watch more Bepi streams this fall, it seems like. All right, Ty interview confirmed. I'm giving him a ring. Let's see if he picks up. Ty, you there? Can you hear me?
I'm there. You are very loud. Oh, there we go. I fixed it.
Okay. Well, the chat asked for an interview from you specifically. How you feeling after a Game 5 victory? I mean, you just sadly ended the careers of Joe Bro and Shaka, two CRL legends, but it means you're going to the grand finals of the Gaming Oasis Summer League. How does that feel?
It feels good. Not the way we wanted it to go. And when you put it like that, ending people's career, that just makes me feel bad. But no, we didn't really play how we wanted to. Kind of recently, to be honest, been on low hours as a team. We haven't been scrimming as much as we want. But this next week, we're actually kind of like online boot camping, if that makes sense. I'm going to be scrimming a lot, spending a lot more time together, getting the chemistry up, and preparing for CRL.
I mean, CRL is in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from tomorrow is when the first CRL qualifier is. So I'm hoping you guys are locking in. I mean, what does the schedule look like? Obviously, you're going to be finishing up the Summer League competition here, hoping to get that free entry into the NEL. But I mean, what do the next 3 weeks look like for you guys? I know CRL is the goal, given what this roster looked like last semester.
It's a lot towards CRL.
Yeah,
we're going to be scrimming probably twice a night for the next few weeks, going over VOD, looking at what we can do to be better, because that series that we just played did not show how good we actually are. So.
Hey, it's summer form still. You know, once the grand finals is over, then you'll be out of summer form. You can find your fall form. But I'm curious as well, like what is the goal for you guys? I know CRL a big focus, but you know, rankings are always a good talking point for players and teams. And you guys have previously touched the top 32. And I mean, CRL is getting more and more stacked by the semester, but you guys see yourselves as a squad that could potentially jump up into like that top 16 CRL league play sort of, or like an LCQ sort of team. What are you looking at? What are the goals?
Our goal, and what I actually think we are going to achieve this season, I believe we are going to make league play. We're going to shock a lot of teams. I think that we are able to compete at a high level like that, and a lot of teams will kind of oversee us as a team that's not as good as they think they are. But I think we're going to go out and show a lot of teams that we're actually better than they think we actually are.
Hey, I love it. I mean, that's the name of the game for sort of underdog teams. You guys kind of proved yourselves last year, but definitely more to go. And I mean, it starts with Summer League. You got Kaiser coming up whenever that does get scheduled. You looking forward to playing those guys? I mean, the new K-Frost Turbo duo, a little scary next to Denzi. What are you thinking about that matchup?
I'm excited. We have scrimmed them a few times before. But I'm not going to say how that went. I mean, it went good for us. But no, I'm excited. It should be a good matchup, and hoping to win our first tournament as a team in this online competitive season.
I love it. Well, hopefully I'll get the chance to cast and stream you guys for that grand final. I'll be looking forward to watching you, not just in the summer, but in the fall as well. I'm expecting big things, and hopefully it starts with a championship win here the next week, Ty. Thanks for chatting with me.
Yeah, of course, anytime.
All right. Ty from WCTC, repping the brand well. Great leader of that trio. Great guy to talk to as well. For those of you that'll hopefully see him in the WCTC boys on the LAN circuit. But that's the only match we've got for tonight. Grand finals will hopefully be the next match streamed on this channel, and then show matches will be getting kicked up again for teams that have been asking me. So leading up into that like week and a half going into CRL, we'll get some show matches running So if any of you are looking to play in the Nightlight show matches, feel free to shoot me a DM. I'm not going to be doing the same amount of like quantity of show matches. My schedule just will not allow it as normal. So if you want to guaranteed be in a show match, then hit me up in DMs or ping me in my my tournament server, because I intend to get those going, but I can't do the same like 6 to 8 show matches a week scheduling thing anymore. My life's just too busy to handle all of that, unfortunately. But okay, any more talking points to go over before we do end the stream for the night? We went over rosters earlier. We'll see. Nothing popped up in the CRL registration website in the last half hour. But Joe, thank you for all the years of great Rocket League. It truly has been an honor. The pleasure is all mine to have you guys on the stream as many times as you did. I mean, all time, I think I had UTK played probably 20-something series, maybe 30-something series on my channel alone, not just like the SEL and the LAN matches that I casted of yours. Like, it's crazy how much Rocket League I watched of you guys. But you've earned retirement. You have you got bigger things to move into going forward. But it has been an honor repping the Southeast ever well in CRL. And it's a somber note to leave it on, unfortunately. But that's the way it goes. Not your last game, Caden? Are you coming back? Are we going to get like a Caden super semester? Oh, it was. Okay. Well, shoot. The game's gone. At least I get you in the booth, Shaka. I'm glad you're sticking around. But all right, for those of you that follow along, I will be most likely streaming the grand finals, WCTC and Kaiser. Don't know when it's going to be, but it will probably be. So follow me on Twitter. I'll post about it. If you're not already in my tournaments Discord, I would recommend popping in there as well. That's a good place to get notified when I go live with matches like this, though most of you I think are. And actually, while I'm promoting stuff, you should also check out. I'm helping build up this indie game studio that my game dev friends are working on. I'm working on the marketing side with them. So if you want to join Dead Tag Studios Discord, that's our community Discord right there. We've actually got a game out on itch.io right now. It's a jousting game, 1-on-1. The boys put it together in like a week, and it's pretty fun for being a game jam game. So they're giving it some love. We're probably going to release on Steam here in the next couple of weeks. So not the last time you hear me talk about Dead Tag Studios. But if you want to support me there, join that community, and you'll see like our website, newsletter, all that fun stuff. But for now, on the CRL side, I will be back for the grand finals of the Gaming Oasis Summer League. And if not, then show matches and the Collegiate Exclusive Podcast on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Collegiate Exclusive is back. Man, I should have been promoting that throughout the stream. So tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your grandparents that Collegiate Exclusive is back Wednesday at 9 Eastern. Me, TJ, and a special guest joining us on that Wednesday, maybe beyond as well. So, all right, everyone, have a fantastic Friday, and I will see you all when I see you. Peace out, everybody.